In this video, quickly I'm going to review the markets. The very near term possibilities is what I'm going to anticipate and show you what the breadth is telling. So like I've been saying that this is a counter trend rally. Why? Because we are on a nascent downtrend and this is uptrend, so right. So and I've been also telling you that I am much interested in what the market will do here, and what is here is the 50-day moving average as well as the downtrending line, right? um, so it's very near to the resistance, and naturally the more the possibility is that this resistance will hold, and then we will start on a smaller term downtrend, right? So this is a higher possibility in my opinion. I do not know how long this downtrend would be, in the sense, would this come back, and would this come down to be supported by the the 10-day moving average, or would this come and challenge the previous low? This we don't know yet, but yeah. So these are the possibilities of if the resistance is actually strong. The third possibility, which in my opinion has a lesser probability, is that tomorrow will be a very highly bullish closing, Friday closing, and that will basically um, signal that the resumption of the longer term trend, which is basically which is in, let's say, in a weekly time frame. If I have to draw something like this, the resumption of a longer term uptrend is is probably going to happen, right? So although I think right now is not a very high possibility. And why I think that is, number one is because this looks to be a stronger resistance, and also what the breadth indicator all have just turned a little bearish. The percent of stocks above 200-day moving average for the first time ever has made a lower high and has been pointing downwards. Similarly, we knew that 50-day already was dipped below 50, and now has just peaked above 50 and then again started to point downwards, and this is again a lower high. Similarly, the 20 also is a lower high, right? So this doesn't look good from the breadth point of view. Stocks above all key moving averages also have made lower high and then pointing this one pointing downwards. If you see the bullish bearish indicator, you can see that after the huge bearishness, 23rd 25th, we started the recovery from 27th October with 299 net positive, and then we again started the we again peaked on 6th November, and the last 3 days has been like waning strength, right? So why waning strength? Because it's still strong, we still are a net positive, but you see the numbers are constantly decreasing: 98, 113, 82, and it's barely positive today. And if you want to see this in terms of a graph, it looks like this here. So bearishness, then bullishness, then resumed bullishness, and peaked on November 6th, and right now it's at almost the zero line. So again, there are two possibilities: one, that we are probably going to have a negative sort of downtrend, which will then look like this, or from the zero line we will have a bounce, and that's what I said. If you have a bounce, then that will probably mean that the longer term bullishness is going to resume, right? So again, in my opinion, we will have a downtrend. How long the downtrend will resume here or would go beyond, that is yet to be seen, right? And also tomorrow, which is the Friday's closing, is a very important day, because Friday closing sort of sets the whole tone of the next week. And this is I haven't run the numbers, but just from like looking at here, if you see, this was the Friday September, and a bullish closing then took us broke out from this sort of sideways move, and then we went up. Also here on 27 was a Friday closing, then we had a next 2 weeks of bullishness, right? So Friday closings are very important. um, See, this guy was a Friday closing, was a sort of a bearish, and then we had this Um, yeah, so in my opinion, tomorrow's will be a pivotal day for the near term outlook of the market. If it's bearish, then we might see some more bearishness. If somehow it's bullish, and that bullishness, I think, needs to be so strong that it actually takes out this resistance. If that's the case, then we might see bullishness going forward. So some more breadth indicators also. If I show you the net high low data also has made a lower high and is starting to point below. um, the trend templates, the Minervini trend template also showing names which is still above 50. It's still above 50. Above 50 is good, but it's again showing that we are losing that uptrend, that we're losing the momentum, um, so that's the reading of the breath. And personally, what I did today was liquidated a lot of stuff. I I sold IRFC, I sold Central Bank, I sold Privy. Privy, I mean, why I am selling them is that because the system which I am trying to follow is that I don't want to expose my portfolio to a risk of more than 1 to 2%, at least at a time when we are not in a um, easy dollar environment, which in my opinion we are still not. And that's why going into days where the breath indicators have turned a little bearish, and still have a risk of more than 2% in the portfolio, was something which I was not comfortable. And that's why, and these were big sizes. IRSV was a big size. Again, big size is not equal to big risk. I think that's clear to everyone. You can have a big size, but you can still have a smaller stop loss, and so your risk is maintained. In any case, I did not want to carry this because the kind of move I thought would come did not come. Similarly, central bank, I just thought that this day would then translate to at least a couple of days of momentum burst. Again, that also didn't come. Preview, again, I thought, this breakout was on the back of good earnings. This also did not follow through, although this is still a good setup. In fact, a pullback entry would be an entry right now. But again, like I said, system and following my system, not uh, putting it out to risk, did not allow me to again carry. But again, being said that, I made two positions today. One is worry, and I can see that, like, the it's also earnings backed, and slowly I'm trying to move to like names where we know that things are good fundamentally, earnings and stuff, I think maturing as a trader as well. So this was a very small position I took. Was a setup which is every beard is BVHB, which is base breakout with high volume, and you'll look at the volumes. Also, I like the bounce of the mass indicator. So after like sleeping for a long period of time since July, it's starting to point up. So that's a very healthy sign. And the next one is Genus, and this is again an anticipatory sort of setup around the support line, hoping for this guy to bounce back. And if this trade sort of works, then this will be a very risk-free trade for me to try to hold things for a longer term, at least things which I know has longer term tailwinds and stuff like that. Learning from other people in the group as well, uh, leaning on their convictions, and also slowly starting to probably build mine. This is what I've been doing. This is what I did today. So that was a quick one, and all the best for tomorrow. I'll see you soon.